Y'all love that stuff, don't you? Always in your ear all the time. All right, I'm working on gonna make me a buckskin hat. Buckskin cow has to have a buckskin hat, right, Rob? Welcome, Rob. So it needs to be 24 inches. And I think what I want to do is take this fabric and get to the edge of it because I don't want to be trying to work my scissors. Those scissors got me the other day, pretty sharp. So we're gonna just go. We're gonna go close to the edge, kind of. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the. There'll be a slight taper to it. I might use my protractor to do that. Oh, look at that. That's why that other chalk thing exists, I guess. Probably would be advantageous to do this on a piece of paper. This is 24 and a half and allows right there. It's 24 and a half. And then what I want to do is actually come in at like a, I don't know, like a 95 or it'd be like an 85-degree angle from the other way. 85-degree angle right there, maybe even a little less. So there's a slight taper, but I want to make sure it's precise. So I kind of, I'm using like a method that makes sense, See if I can get me a protractor out of here. Dig down in here. Dig deep for a protractor. I found one. Man, crazy stuff in Dad's workshop and outside the workshop too. Protractor. Oh, it's already set on. Well, that's 75. Let's do 85 degrees. I need to measure that too. So that needs to be 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Bananas in here, man. I wish I could tell you everything, but I got to be careful that it's YouTube friendly. Four and a quarter, right? Is that what I said, or is it 5 1/4? What'd I say, y'all? 5 1/4. How you doing, Rob? How you feeling today, man? 5 1/4. There we go. We'll do this like this. I'm gonna mark it straight, like at it. I'm just gonna give it a relatively like a 90-degree angle here. Try to. And I'll take my protractor and correct it. Should be like about right there. This is gonna give it a little taper to the crown of the hat. It should give a taper to the crown. Not like I'm an expert in hat making. Some kind of a hatter. Kevin is here. Welcome, Kevin. Yes, welcome back to Kevin. Welcome to Buckskin Cow. Man, how many? Raise your hand if you've had a feral pig running through your neighborhood. Feral pig this morning in the neighborhood, y'all. That's a big. Doesn't that seem large? Kind of modeling that after this hat, but it says my model says 24 and a half. That's what I did, right? Let me double check. Yeah, that's right. How you doing there, Kevin? that was with an 85-degree pitch. So we'll see. These are my special leather shears. Feral pig this morning running through the neighborhood. I'm gonna cut this swatch off here so it's a little easier to deal with. Feral pig running through the neighborhood, y'all. Neighbors just lost their patriarch. The father of the family died next door. And for some reason, a feral pig wants to find its way to their house, of all places, and root through their front and backyard and into their crawl space and under their deck. So imagine coming out of your house and there's a pig rummaging actually under your deck, like under your house when you come out, which is exactly what the scenario was. So I saw this hog yesterday. First time I came into contact with this pig was yesterday. I saw it in the yard. I knew it wasn't a dog. I said, "That's no hog. That's no dog. That's a hog." That's what I said. And let's just say that I'm basically deputized by animal control out here. Animal control showed up, and when they did, the guy was more than happy to find out that I had I was not happy because I did not dispatch the pig properly, right? I hit that thing so many times, y'all. When I tell you, I hit that pig several times. Toughest animal I've ever seen. Calvin's known for killing them dead, not letting them live. This buckskin cow, y'all. And I love the mammals, don't get me wrong. You know, but pigs are devastating. I could take my phone right now and show you what they did to my next door neighbor's yard. I should do that. I should actually walk y'all out and show you what feral pigs do to people's yards and get an idea of what a wild pig will do. Was anybody trying to catch the pig? No. I have a feeling I know where the pig came from, except for me, Kevin. I was the only one that was trying to do that. But and I almost got that pig today. It was almost bacon in the freezer today, man. Mims comes in here. He's got the receipts. I'll wait till Mims comes in to show the receipts. Bananas, y'all. A day in the life of buckskin cow. Show me in the prone position. Country as fuck out here, y'all. Country as fuck. That's what it is out here. All right, so that's 24 and a half inches. When I look at this hat right here, just not quite that distance around, but the circumference or the radius on this is not even it's not even 5 inches, and the height is not. I think I made this higher than that, which is what I'm trying to do, kind of, y'all. Oh man, I could take y'all out right now. Snow squirrel. I did not hunt those raccoons, my friend. I did have a little pig hunt this morning, though. Y'all want to see what pigs do to people's yards? I'll show you. But it's not mostly about what it does to your yard, right? It's about what the pig can do to a person, which is fuck them up really bad. Pigs are dangerous as hell. I don't know if I can see it from here. I don't want to have to walk through the house. It looks like they've excavated in the backyard. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I gotta get past these vehicles. Man, can't see it over the truck right there. Here, see if I can zoom to it. You can kind of see it now. You can kind of see it right there. I'm going to zoom. Y'all see that right there? That is not excavation right there. That is what the pig did around the house. It looks like a pipe puller was put in. Right? Y'all see that? That's wild pig damage right there. Julie, welcome. Glad to have you here today. Yeah, it's crazy. There was a feral pig loose in the neighborhood today. Well, it's been loose for the last couple days in the neighborhood. But I think I took care of that today without getting into too much detail. Yeah, crazy, man. It's crazy around here. But welcome, Julie, from Rob's spot. Mike, welcome. Wild pigs in the neighborhood today, Mike, and Buckskin cow's the only one that Buckskin cow was deputized today. Got deputized. Yeah, man. This one, I'll just tell you, this thing was tough. It was tough. Extremely tough. Now, what I need to do now is I need to come up with, if I take this, actually, I should be able to do this simply here. We take this and we're going to pin it. It does seem too big, doesn't it? Even with an inch allowance. What we're trying to do is actually make a hat here. So we're going to pin this here on the back. I'm going to see how well it kind of fits my head. Because what we're going to do is this will be a pattern and we'll turn this into a hat here. Looks a little big, but that's okay. I wanted to make it a little bigger is better than a little smaller. That's probably right. Okay, so then if I was to take this and get it rigid on the table, what would be the diameter of the top, right? Because that's what I need now. And I think that's something like 7 5/8 inches, but I got to figure that out. So we're going to do that now. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name's Calvin. Rob's in here. Rob's friend Julie is in here as well. Julie, who kind of runs his Discord. So check out Rob and his Discord, which is active all the time. Lots of stuff going on in Rob's Discord. Make sure you do like the video as well. Check out my long form video. I made a long form video about using roadkill for leather and for furs particularly. Not a lot of videos on that. And the ones I checked out, to be honest with y'all, YouTube should be pushing that video because the roadkill videos I've seen are kind of not, they're clickbait. He doesn't really use roadkill. Like this guy, he's a good tanner, but his video is clickbaity because he's using an animal he trapped and calling it roadkill. It's not actually roadkill. And there's the reason that that's a trick is because roadkill decomposes. And so hair slips upon decomposition. You can say, oh, this is roadkill, but it's not the same because if I get a roadkill animal, the clock starts ticking, and I have only a certain amount of time that I have to get that pelt off and into like a brine, you know. Is Wes in the house? Wes, welcome. Running hard today, but wanted to drop in and like this video. Hey, thank you, Wes. Appreciate you being here. Wes does it. Shout out. Long-time friend of the program. What did I had something I need to do. Oh, so what I need to do here, we've got this is about my head's circumference. I had worked this out a minute ago, but I need to know the diameter of a circle where the circumference is 24 and a half. So diameter of a circle whose circumference. Somebody's like, shut up, man. I'm in math class right now. I don't want to hear about this. Whose circumference is 24.5 inches. Come on, AI. 7.8. So 7 4/5, or a little over 7 3/4 is what we want. And then we'll use like we'll use something to make a compass kind of. Welcome. My name's Calvin. Diameter 3.14 of circumference. Pi diameter. I think you meant something else. I get what you're saying, though, Wes. Yeah, it's a pi relationship. All right. I got Alice in Chains in my head. I was listening to Alice in Chains this morning. I know Heather does too. Hey, what's up, Critter Getter? Man, I almost got me a critter this morning, Critter Getter. We had a feral pig in my neighborhood, and I need to get you on Discord so I can send you these things because I got video. I got receipts from that. Is Mims in here? 3.14 times the diameter gets you the circumference. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks, Wes. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. And the number I just came up with, what was it? 7.8, right? Crazy, y'all. Crazy around here. So we have feral pig in the neighborhood. I'm getting blown up right now. Yeah, so feral pig in the neighborhood today, and the neighbors. It's a crazy story because the neighbors passed away. The man that runs, next door, passed away. So everybody in the neighborhood, this pig is scary, man. It's like it's not big and scary, but it's scary because it's a pig running around. Like normally people don't got pigs running around their neighborhood. We were just talking about this the other day. So I'm basically running around this neighborhood. And I hit this pig. Let me put it like that, man. I hit this pig a couple times. I think one of the shots went through its like near its behind its shoulder, through its neck on the other side. Didn't yeah. So yeah, I was basically deputized. Yesterday the two sheriffs came when I was running my live stream and they didn't do anything. So if y'all were here for that, the sheriffs did nothing. And the animal control guy that came today was like, when I told him I hit it and I tracked it and followed it out, he was like, "Thank you, sir," and like shook my hand. I'm like, that's, if you were in the city, they would never do that, man. It'd take you to jail for firing off in a residential area. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy set of circumstances. I wish I had a side of bacon right now to show for it, but it got away from me. So that's how it works. Pigs are smart, and that pig is smart enough never to come back here again. All right, so it's going to be about, this is going to be the circumference. Man, I wish I had that other chalk that Heather gave me. That was a better piece. 7 4/5, about like that. And we'll do the same thing across perpendicular. But I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to make that one 7 4/5, and this one, I think I'm going to make it smaller. Smaller, or should I make it? Because I want there to be elliptical, right? I don't want it to be a circle, really. Maybe that's what I should do, though. Just make it a circle and keep it simple. Yeah, I'm going to keep it simple. And if it needs to be shaped differently, then I can do that later. And what I'm doing with this fabric is trying to make myself a pattern here so that when I do it in buckskin, I don't waste my buckskin on it, man. I don't want to waste good leather on a pattern that didn't pan out. Just the right piece. All right. So I have my first piece right here, which is going to be the circular crown of my hat. It's going to be a Stetson style hat, right? So that's the, what do you call that? The wrap around the crown, right? This will be the crown itself, and then I'll do the brim. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to make it I'll go ahead and make it a circle, or as close to a circle as I can possibly get. I'll get my calipers out here and try to make this a decent circle. May not help though, because these are really not meant more for leather. Yeah, this ain't gonna work for that. So I'm gonna actually eyeball this. The other way to do it would be to use actual compass, right? To do it. But I'm gonna eyeball this and just kind of connect the dots. La 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 la. Right? Can y'all see? Or am I covering it up with my hand? This is chalk. This is just a fleece fabric right now, because we don't want to waste fabric. So that's approximately what the crown is going to look like right there. These shears are awesome, y'all. I vouch for them 100%. Yeah, man. So the pig, I hit it. I hit it a couple times and it ran away. And the crazy thing is that I was just talking about this thing yesterday with somebody. I think it was Mims. And I said, man, I don't know if that thing comes back in my yard, it's about to be an Easter ham, you know? And today, sure enough, I had another opportunity. I was so close. I was so close, man. I think the difference was range rounds. That's what it was. Yeah, these are awesome scissors. They're pinned up in the corner. If you're interested, they have a lifetime warranty. They're made in Japan. They're considered the best leather cutting scissors in the business, really. So, obviously, when you cut furs, you want to use a blade. You don't usually use a scissors. That's usually done from the flesh side with a blade. But for leather, buckskin, these are the best option. Killer scissors. Yeah, they're awesome. I like quality material, especially hand tools, man. I don't think you can go wrong investing in decent hand tools and keeping them in good condition. All right, so now we have a crown and we have the top. Now, this is where I said to Heather that I was like, man, I almost want to make a wooden form for this hat so that I can put it together on the form. But here we have the crown and the top. Now, what would be needed to be next would be the brim. And there should be allotted out. The way I did that, what I should have done right there was I should have allotted another half inch for stitching, but I could probably do it again. I might have Heather stitch that and we'll see if that needs to be done because we allowed a little extra fabric on the other part. Yeah, no, we'll do it. It's okay. A little larger circle. Do that whole process again. Hey, Cedar, welcome, man. How's everybody doing? Wes is here. Woodchucker's here. I'm glad everybody popped in today. I'm glad to see everybody. I know people are busy. It's what was it, Tuesday? What the hell day is it? Wednesday. Sorry. Hump day. You know, you're halfway there, y'all. Yeah, so I had a run in with a pig this morning. I mean, I guess I won, but it was more of a draw because the poor thing got away, much to its own bad luck. Because it would have stuck around, I could have put it out of its misery, and it poor guy. All I can do, man. This is a tough neighborhood, man. You don't want to be running through people's yards like that. That's 8, right? So I wanted it. What did we say? It was 7 and 4/5. So we will go ahead and make it 8.5 here. An 8.5. That's what I should have done from the get go here. There, that's more of a, and we'll connect the dots. Hey, check out my latest video on making fur out of roadkill. It's pretty, and you know, successes and failures thereof, because it's kind of a little bit of a tricky thing to do. That's what everybody wants to do, though. That everybody who gets into stuff wants to always make furs. So I made a video on turning roadkill into fur, and it's up on my channel. Welcome, Cedar Grow Box. Paul. The next door neighbors were happy. They got a little girl over there. They were like wondering what is rummaging around the house, you know. And it's not like a dog; it's digging out the entire yard. Uh, I don't know. They got grubs over there. Like I said, though, the patriarch of the family literally died last week. Everybody's been over at that house because the dad died. Now I'm known a little bit around here for popping off when something comes in the yard and it shouldn't be. So David, who passed away next door, he liked that. Like he liked that I was a firebrand like that. You know, I just things happen for a reason, man. You know, the he passed away last week. Last thing he said to me before he died, and I saw him this winter right before. I guess that's the last conversation I had with him. It was the day that I was talking to Wes on the phone. That same day, I saw him right where I was about to dress that deer, and he said that it was going to be a cold winter. That's the last thing I heard from David. He passed away last week. His family was all over there, but when this pig showed up, why would it just choose his house? Like, why would the pig choose his house, rummage around his yard? Yeah, definitely hella grubs. There's that. This is the larger one. Hold on 1 second while I go run these into Heather. Y'all can stay with me though if I'm on the mic. Anyway, scary, man, you know. What? Yeah. Yeah, both. So the pig comes rummaging around that yard. It's under that house. Why would it pick the house of the people in the neighborhood who most recently had gotten the most attention because the family member died? Like he just had his funeral on Saturday. Everybody's been here, so it's been a circus over there. Why would the pig choose that property, man? You ever known somebody who's had a family member die and then like an animal pops up, like a sparrow pops up or something like that? Why did it make me feel like it was that? Why did it make me feel like it was something like that, y'all? It's crazy. I was like, is the pig David? Not to be crazy, y'all, but you know, I am crazy. Y'all know that. I'm crazy cow. That's what I do. Oh, Critter Getter, did you miss if you're still in here, man? The snow squirrel was in here. He probably saw you and ran away. All right, the next thing we need to do, I'm going to do a full circumference of or a full diameter of this brim. And that'll be how I base the brim out here. I don't think I'm going to try to do a. I don't want my hat to look exactly like this one. I want it to be somewhat like this one. I want it a little larger, a little more in the crown, a little bit bigger brim. So I'm gonna make a brim that's like a slight bit bigger than this. And then once Heather comes out with my kind of pattern, we'll see whether that fits. I'll figure out what brim size is, what size that inside circumference needs to be. Yeah. So like I've known almost everybody I've known who's lost somebody close to them says, you know, at some point they came back or there was some experience they had that made them think that the person they lost was present. Now I don't know if the folks next door have this has come to them yet, but it definitely came to Heather and I that this pig was picking their property to spend its time around. This is of all the things I've said, of all pigs I've ever seen, this is maybe the nicest looking pig. It's a little baby sow, man. It's not even that old, but it's enough to kill a person. Pigs are strong and they are dangerous. So don't ever approach a pig that you don't know like it's a dog. Um, thanks, Woodchucker said that's gonna look cool. Thanks, Woodchucker. By the way, check out these channels, man. Woodchucker's got a channel. Cedar Growbox got a channel. Wes Does It has a channel. Critter Getter has a channel. Rob and Depression Talks has a channel. All these folks, you know, pop through and check out their channels and subscribe to them. Lots of different things, offerings. So, man, I'm like, what if, man? What if everything does happen for a reason? What if Like I was supposed to go after that pig because I don't have that close of a relationship with the ladies over there. I don't know them that well. So this was kind of an opportunity for me to introduce myself over there and help them out with a problem, right? The problem was this pig. They can't even like do anything. The pig is like around the house all the time, holding them hostage in the house, basically. So it had to go. And when I went over there this morning, it was you know, the time was up for that pig. Oh, I made a little mistake right there. And these get top stitched too, and the reason they do is because it adds rigidity. And what I would like to do is do 2 layers of this. Heather was saying probably 2 layers is necessary. And then I'll put some batting between them, and that'll give that bill that structural rigidity that you want to have when you have a hat on. And out here, the summers are hot. If I'm cutting the grass or doing yard work or working on something out here, I'm a redhead, man. I need some coverage over my head and face. Hey, do subscribe. I didn't set myself a subscription goal today. Let me do that. Oh, we're still at 5360. So this is what I need, y'all. I need you to subscribe. Let's make our goal 5371, y'all. 5371. We need 11 subs to get to that. Let's get up. So subscribe if you're into bushcrafty, skill tree type stuff we do around here, and we like to do that. I'm going to get into making lots of different goods from fur and leather and doing them differently than what you see the standard way. Like my next kind of step is to actually get some pelts from some of these trappers and make some. I want to make like a Cossack style raccoon skin cap that's a little different than like the Davy Crockett style one. It's got a little more warmth to it, goes over the ears, also up a little higher on the head. So it's actually a functional warm hat rather than something to make you look like you're Daniel Boone. All right, there's like the brim, the basic layout of the brim right there. Oh, Oak Ridge got some skins I can have? Sweet, man. Sweet. Oak Ridge, let me give you Heather. Heather will put my email when she's not sewing something right now. She's probably sewing. But when she's not sewing something, Heather will give you my email. But yeah. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here. Right now, what we're working on is a buckskin fedora style, not fedora, excuse me, a buckskin Stetson style hat, rancher style hat. And I've looked at all the different Stetsons, all the different cowboy style hats and stuff. That's really what I need out here. I need enough protection from the sun that I can walk outside. You know what I mean? Hey, Jive, welcome back. Good to see you, Jive. Oh, look, Heather's coming back. She's gonna come back and show me what she's got. Put it on my dome. What did it say? Oh. Okay, I'll read it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. I got to see it in here because I can't see. There we go. I'm looking at it. It looked like some kind of a medieval butcher, medieval chef. I'm all red. Maybe my blood pressure's up. Blood pressure's up from chasing pigs around, or maybe I should have put sunscreen on this morning. Oh, he said I was so stoked for this build. Let me go back a second. Cedar said, I had a client inquire about a scaled up version of that cedar bench planter. I spent 3 hours drawing it to scale. Hold on. Cut list, quote, and pay link. Just for him to be like, I thought it was going to be 50, 80. Yeah, for the planter, not a custom 5-foot cedar bench with a hinged bench spar. What did he say there? So you got screwed by somebody, right? That's what happened. Somebody said they were going to buy something, they didn't, because people back out. You got to get a deposit on everything these days, unfortunately, y'all. You got to get a deposit. If you don't, you're going to get screwed most likely. All right, so what did we do? We did I want to write this down because it looks like it's going to work. We did a 24.5-inch allowing a 1-inch allowance there. We did 7 4/5 with I did another 3/4 addition to that. So it's like 8 and I don't know, ballpark 8 and a quarter. Say 8 and a quarter. That's the circumference of the crown. And then we already got that's 5, and the height of this part is 5 and a quarter. Yeah. So, more and more and more, you're going to notice you have to have like stacked money and like not even have to worry about these guys, like build it and know that you have another person to sell it to, right? Otherwise it really hurts because they sent you on this custom build and it's not saleable to anybody else, right? Except for the one guy, and now he doesn't want it, right? So it's real important that you get deposits and deal with people who you trust, or have some fail safe, like they pay ahead of time. If they really want your work. I think the last thing I did like that, man, I built a bread box for a lady, and it had slats, and I built it with I used like all walnut and cherry. It was maybe all walnut. Really nice. She had nothing but complaints about it. It was perfect. It held her knife in it, which was another feature I added in it. So she had her knife that was held inside of it. And at the end of the day, I should have worked the price out ahead of time, because at the end of the day, this should be the same circumference here. So we should be dealing with basically 8-inch wide circumference. At the end of the day, the price that I got for it wasn't even close. This was during the pandemic, where you're just like trying to do stuff. Like I was just trying to build stuff because I was not working, and I built this bread box for a lady I knew for a long time, and I got this long email how it was too heavy. I mean, that was because I overbuilt it, because it was, nice, and all these complaints. And I said, you know what? I said, you can find another carpenter, find somebody else that wants to work on that. I think I was like, I could take it back again, and there's no way I can reduce the weight. That's not going to happen. But Tammy, welcome. CeeLo Sam, honestly, I'm homeless. I live in my car. If anyone could send me anything, at CeeLo Sam, I greatly appreciate it. Well, CeeLo, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that, man. If anybody wants to send you money, buddy, good luck to them. But yeah, we're not going to do that in here. Sorry. This is not where you panhandle. You need a panhandler's license to panhandle my live stream. Some bullshit, man. Come in with that bullshit. You got your phone service. Man, panhandling. It's not what it used to be. Right? So if we didn't leave enough, I think I could see how this would end up awry. But I think probably, I want to see if cutting the center out, what I did was just a little over 8 1/4 in the middle. I'm going to cut the center out to that, and we're going to see whether that works. I'm homeless too. Go build something. I feel like I've seen that dude's username. Anybody else seen that dude's username before? Tammy says she's listening and crocheting. Let me put a cutting board under this because I'm about to slice it through the middle. With my flip flops, what I'm going to do is actually order some rubber sheeting. It's going to be cheap, but it's going to look good. It's meant for shoes, and that's how I'm going to deal with that. But that's going to be a hold up on I can't do much on those. With the leather, I'm not going to want to do this really. So it's kind of stupid to do it now, but I'm not going to want to ruin leather. I'm going to want to take that out in one piece. Maybe X-Acto knife stuff. I'm going to cut inside this circle so there's a tiny area to seam with. This is how I got myself cut the other day, man. Let's cut on those X's. So what are you going to do about it, Seetin? Are you going to deal with that dude anymore or take him off the contacts list? Never a dull moment in this neighborhood. Wow. Never a dull moment. If you're just coming through, my name's Calvin. This is Dad's Workshop, and what we're doing is making a pattern or like a prototype Stetson style buckskin hat here. But what we're using to start is fleece. And we're testing it out on this fleece. It works with the fleece. It should work with the buckskin. And the difference here will probably be, I will make 2 layers for this brim. It'll be 2 layers sandwiched together with some batting in the middle, like quilt, right? So you've got two brims with batting in the middle. I hope that allows right there, that allows her enough room. If not, I suppose you could probably take a piece of fabric and attach them with that and stitch them that way. But I could see how this would be difficult here because this has to be pinched up together. And it probably needs to be pinched this way. Let me see how they sewed that. Oh, they put a whole strip on this one. So they used a whole piece of fabric that went around. Yeah, I might have made too big of a. That's what happens when you talk too much while you're doing stuff. Look, I was wearing a fez hat earlier. Wearing a fez. Yeah, I probably should have cut this whole thing out with an extra bit of fabric remaining there. Otherwise, what you have to do is you got to have a 24.5-inch piece of fabric strip cut out to go all the way around. That would join those two together. I could do that probably, and that would be one way to do this. Let me try that. I'm going to take a 24.5-inch strip of fabric. Maybe Heather can tell me whether that'll work. Smart. I don't forget about the history they have available. Calvin, that guy was on your sandals live stream. That's why you remember him. The guy. Oh yeah, okay. All right, yeah. He was asking for money in there. I'm homeless. Give me money. Well, dude, there's like, dang, it is 2026, isn't it? People asking for money on live streams. Hey, by the way, if y'all could throw me a super chat. Ooh, I amused myself. No job? Asking for money on live streams? The hell is wrong with this guy? You know how you do that though? Start your own live stream, dumbass. There we go. Thank you, Woodchucker. Hey, shout out CeeLo. Oh, are there, Tammy? I must keep the riffraff out of here pretty good. Thank you, Woodworker. Right on time with that. It only took 3 years for me to monetize. So I might give this to Heather, and if it's impossible for her to sew, because I did a sloppy job of cutting out this brim here, they have a piece of fabric on here connecting these. I wonder if that's what I should do right now. I'm gonna make a 24-inch strip of fabric, and I'm gonna make it about the width of the of this yardstick. 24 inches, 24 and a half, right? It's gotta be the right 24 and a half. And we're making the width of the stick here. This will join those two together, I think. Do y'all hear the construction workers out there? They saw me chasing that pig around. They're like, "You gonna eat it?" I was like, "Of course, man. I'm gonna trust this thing. It's an Easter ham if it doesn't get away from me. I'm not gonna play with it." I like how Tammy is crocheting right now. It's kind of like what I'm doing, sewing stuff, fabric stuff, textile stuff. It's cool. Caleb, appreciate you again for that super chat, man. That's how we keep it going here on this channel. We depend on those. Obviously, gas is up, man. Y'all see that? So that brings revenue down for us, because when daily expenditures for people go up, that hurts us. you know. Gas is way up. Gotta make life decisions at the pump. Hold on. What? Life insurance? I got it. How much? This might help because I could probably use this to pin against it. When it's more rigid, I think it's going to help out a little bit. Oh yeah, man. Absolutely. I think there was a couple months ago I wasn't going to get that any kind of a payment at all, and somebody came in with like a couple dollars super chat, and it pushed me over the threshold, so I actually got payment that month. So it was a tough month. Remember, this is all I do, so I do this every day. And I mean, this isn't all I do. I try to earn money other ways, but this is the primary thing I do. All right, so I think that's enough fabric there for her to go around. Why does it seem like it's too small? Even if it is, it'll still give me the idea of whether it'll work to join, and it should. I'm gonna go hand this to Heather, see what she can do with it. Because what we got here is the brim. This will be batted with another brim matching it. And then this, I cut that like crap, sorry. This is actually the piece of fabric that's going to join those two together. If it works out. It does look like it's similar. Maybe I cut that sloppy. And then this. Let me pin this to the bottom of this. That's the way to do it, is to pin it up here. I used this on this apron, the same technique to join the apron right here, right? So you see that where you use a piece of fabric to join the fabric together. because the top of my apron is leather, the bottom is buckskin. Is it as nice down there or wherever you guys are as it is here? Beautiful out here. No more pins. I'm out of pins. And then I'm gonna pin this one more time here. If this works, I think it'll make a hell of a hat, actually. Kind of fedora-like though, with an extra little band of fabric around it. Kind of gets like a fedora. Oh, you're good. I tried to pin it that I think you need that fabric to join it.
So you want, this is the brim and this is supposed to be like the connector piece?
Yep, okay. Yep, that would be it, because I don't know if the brim's going to easily connect. Wow, look how good that looks. Yay. All right, hopefully that pattern will work. And if Heather can sew that together, try it on, I'll try it on. If it works, then I'll know I can go forward with that design. You don't want to just willy-nilly do stuff when it takes you forever to make buckskin. So put my scissors aside, do some scraping. I got some scraping to do. I also need I want to make like shooter shirts, like for duck hunters and quail hunters and stuff. It's basically shirts that have one patch of buckskin on the corner. It's a traditional garment for bird hunters. I would like to make some of those. I saw some of those the other day. I was like, I see that being something I can do. Roy's Timber Art Techniques. I'm good. How are you? And how's everyone? Yes. Baby's soft now, man. It's really getting there. And this is that one, Caleb, that you saw in the video, that rotten one, man. So y'all can see, like, and it's really getting soft now too. I hope it like reflects in the camera how really really nice it is. It's very nice. You can take roadkill of basically the worst kind and make it into something like the skin can be used. So that mystery is solved. I tested it out. I gave the carrion in my yard multiple times animals to see how long it took them to get rid of it and what they ate. And they never ate the skin, man. They never ate the skin. I got a best friend relationship with the vultures around here. They hover around and wait for me to give them stuff. This was just, oh my gosh. I could hardly even let the dogs go after it. It was so bad. Gage, welcome, man. Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be, I don't want it too soft necessarily, but I'd like to have a consistent texture amongst all my buckskin so that when I work it, I know, look, it's gonna be soft enough. I need to layer it, and you know, if it's all the same, it's a little better. Now, again, I have one hide that's just way thicker than the others. This one here, this buckskin here is just way thicker volume than the others. by a long shot, and it took me a long time. I'm always talking about it. This is my favorite piece right here. And it was the scariest one because when I was tanning it, it never got evenly tanned. It took forever to get an even tan on it. That is the hide of that deer that you see in my trunk in that video. So if you're curious about that, if you watch my long form video, which I would love you to do, if you're in here now, I don't mind you leaving. Go check that long form video out about making roadkill into fur. It's a video I just made yesterday, just dropped yesterday. Those long forms are important. Put a lot of effort into those. You see in that video, you see a deer in my trunk, a big buck, has a rack on it. That is that hide that I just showed you, that piece of buckskin. That's from that animal. This is Dad's workshop. My name is Calvin. Welcome. What you see right here is a type of leather that's commonly referred to as buckskin. It's where the grain's been removed, right? So if I can show you, I think there is a tiny bit of grain left on it. You can kind of see this is grain right here. It's a membrane that's under the fur, under the hair. And that grain is what that's why you have, like on my chest here, this is raccoon leather right here with the grain on, right? That's why it's shiny like that. Same with up here, deer leather with the grain on. As you scrape the grain off, it gets fuzzy and frizz-like, right? I was watching a show the other day where I saw a leather couch that looked so worn. I was like, man, I can see myself. Did I miss something? Oh, hey, Gage. Appreciate that, man. Sending a gift of $100. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Gage with the gift. Hey, what's up, Soldier Farm? Welcome, 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 everybody. Appreciate everybody popping through to say hi, man. We love having our friends pop through on Dad's Workshop. Soldier Farm, my long form video's up, buddy. I know it's not your niche, so to speak, but I got my video on making roadkill into soft fur, which, by the way, if you don't like it, share it with somebody who you think might be morbidly curious. And I sent that to Caleb this morning. I said, in a comment, I said, hey, think about somebody who's weird that you know that might want to know, you know? It's a curiosity I think probably crosses many of our minds throughout our lives. Like, think of like the first time you thought of taking toilet paper and becoming a mummy out of toilet paper, right? Basic thought that children have. I want to be a mummy. Let me build it out of toilet paper. Hey, thank you. Did Gage send another 100 or is that different? He did. Thank you so much. I think I need to do a little drum roll for them gifts. That's traditional here at Dad's Workshop. There we go. So we can do two drum rolls, one for each of Gage's gifts. Thank you, Gage. Yeah, if you can watch, absolutely. Please do watch the entire video. If you're not going to watch the whole video, do me a favor. Set your phone down next to you and let the video play out. It makes a huge difference to how, right now, especially when my views are so low. If you go in there and you watch 2 seconds and you shut it off, it affects the longevity of my videos. Already not doing awesome, right? So it needs every bit of watching. So please, like Woodchucker said, absolutely. If you're not into it, and you started it, you're like, I'm not into this. Just do me a favor. Give me 8 minutes. Put your phone down aside. Let the video play, and then you never have to watch another one of my videos again. I promise. But just please don't cut the video off early. That's just, it kills early young creators. And I'm an early creator, man. I'm not a million people subscribers. You know, it kills us when people like say they're gonna watch the video and they turn it on, they clip right out. It's bad. Gage, another gift. More gifts. Hot cross buns. We'll do hot cross buns. What was it? There you go. We'll call that hot cross buns. There, my little drum rendition of hot cross buns. Though as a music person, hot cross buns is a pitched piece, and I'm on an unpitched instrument. Oh, it is definitely right in my wheelhouse, but Miss Soldier doesn't appreciate taxidermy as a hobby. She does appreciate the butchering and farming services, though. Absolutely. Taxidermy is like more of a business, too. Wow, look at all them hundos I'm getting. Got to go back to the drum. There we go. More. He's sending gifts like crazy. I'm getting gifts like crazy up in here. What's going on? Hello, Cal. God of the Irish mods and chat. Hope you're all well, says Lucky Shamrock. I thank you to be here. Thank you so much, Lucky Shamrock. Lucky Shamrock, good guy over there at managing mod over there at Rob's channel. Lucky Shamrock. Yeah, it's getting there, y'all. I can feel that last bit of resistance coming out of it. It's getting soft. This is Roy. If you watch my most recent long form video, this is that rotten deer hide in the beginning of it. So this was a rotten roadkill deer hide, and I turned it into buckskin, which is like deer suede, right? That's what you're seeing right now is a deer hide that was tanned with oak bark and then brain tanned and smoked, right? And this is the result. It's a material called buckskin. And I'm sure y'all probably have heard of it. One person famous for wearing buckskin is George Armstrong Custer, right? He was a general in the Civil War. He was killed by the Lakota at the Battle of Little Bighorn. He didn't wear his military uniform because he was pissed because they demoted him because he was a prick. And so he always wore buckskin because it was comfortable. So his whole body was covered in buckskin. George Armstrong Custer, if you look at a picture of him, even in the picture that Crazy Horse drew of his death, you can see him in the middle of the field because he's wearing all buckskin, brain tan buckskin. It's a very breathable, comfortable material. As I was telling Caleb, those flip-flops are more comfortable than any flip-flops I've ever put on in my life. And so I can't wait to actually wear them. It is amazing when you fashion clothing for yourself, how well it might fit, because you're making it for you. Who knows you better than you, right? What a Pelado. Pelado is here. Pelado. Hey, thank you to Gage for all those gifts, man. Hundo. Did I do enough drum rolls? Hope you got some revenue for the 2 commercials I just watched. Okay, well, Pelado, first of all, from the man who inserts as many commercials into his videos as possible, all I did was tell them to put the commercials where they thought. Automatic. I did an 8-minute video, so that's 1 commercial and then a mid-roll. But yes, Pelado, I didn't. I'm sorry you had to. I probably will not get a lot of revenue for that. Why aren't you blue? Hey, Miss Heather, make Roy's timber art techniques blue. And then while you're at it, make Gage blue. I think. Yeah. Those are mods, Roy, but we'll make you a mod. I know you. Thank you, Gage. Appreciate everybody being here again. We'll make sure before Heather's probably busy with her hands right now. That's why she hasn't gotten to it. Don't be sorry. I just want the revenue to go to you instead of the corporate types. I'm with you, man. I wish the user was getting more of my dough. Yeah, man, we're going to get Roy. Now we got Gage blue, right? Now we need to get... I like all my folks to be blue if they want to be. If you're not blue and you're in here all the time, let's make you blue. Just, you all know the rules. Don't act like me. I would probably kick my own damn self out. Let's get my hatchet out. Give it a little bit more of a little. Oh, hold on one second. Let me see what my subscriber goal is at. Yeah. Why has it been like that recently? It's pitiful. All right. It's all right though. We just keep plugging away, y'all. We keep plugging away. We don't worry about that. People still there? Y'all still there? Did I lose y'all? Oh, lines on live. I just saw lines on there. Yeah, when I left, it came back, it froze for a second. This hatchet was how I got through the toughness of that big buckskin up there that actually came from that 12-point buck. He may have been a 10-pointer. He was big though. I don't want to exaggerate, you know. It's on the video. You can count them yourself. He was like that one up there, right? That's an 11-pointer. Or you don't count the little spike in a lot of states, so 10-pointer. Ralph Royster Doyster. I beg ye pardon. I beg ye pardon. Man, I remember that. So Nathan, welcome Nathan G. Sellers. Roy's Timber Art Technique says he's one sub off of 1380. Somebody go sub to Roy's Timber Art Technique. And Miss Heather, if you're in the house, you can make Roy and Nathan G. Sellers already a mod, of course. Make Roy a mod. And somebody go in there and sub and give him that 1380. You need 1382 though, Roy, because people always quit, you know. So you need to this is what I always tell people, go 2 over the one that you want. Because when you wake up in the morning, all the little fickle people unsub to you. So it's just you're always fighting that. Oh, computer's locked up, still working at it. Pilado says, hi, Woodchucker Caleb at Nathan G. Sellers and Gage 327 and everyone else. Oh, Nathan, man, dude, there's a feral pig in my neighborhood. You ever seen a feral pig, Nathan? Feral pig in my neighborhood today. So there's an exciting story. If you want to know me chasing around feral pigs with firearms in my neighborhood. So I did hit this pig. I did not, to my knowledge, kill the pig though. It got hit more than once. So there's a feral pig in my neighborhood. I took y'all out a little earlier and showed y'all the damage that the thing did to my neighbor's yard. A couple days ago, my neighbor passed away. David did. He's the patriarch of the family. He's the one I knew over there. I didn't even know he was sick, but the family's been there all the time. But then the other day, I noticed there was a hog in my front yard. Can't make it up. Literally, I have a lot of dogs here. I know the difference in the butt of a pig and the butt of a dog. I look out there and I see this pig in my front yard. I'm like, Heather, there's a pig out there. True story. There's a feral pig running around this neighborhood. They're dangerous, man. I don't know if anybody's ever told y'all that, but fucking pigs, man, they're dangerous. And last night the police came and I'll hesitate in making jokes right now, but the police came next door, the sheriffs came, and I thought I heard a pop, pop, pop on my live if you were on my live, but I didn't. Them cops just came and then they left, and the pig was still there this morning. I heard the mockingbirds because they can't stand something like that they don't know. I'm aware of the outdoors. I listen to nature. So I could hear one of our dogs is part pointer, and I look outside and he's going, whoo, whoo, he's screaming up in the air. And I'm like, there is a pig still out there, man. That pig is still out there. Well, it's not in very good condition now. I do feel a little bad because I didn't dispatch it. I tracked it as far as I could, y'all. I took it as far as I could, but it got away from me. I have a feeling I know where it came from. Holler at me on Discord and I'll tell you more details, but got to be careful what we talk about on here. Anyway, crazy, man. Feral pig running around the neighborhood, Nathan. If y'all have those in LA? You guys got Nathan out in LA, man. They don't really got to deal with feral pigs or bad weather. Just fires. Just the occasional moron who starts a fire. I went to LA in '99. I think Beverly Hills had a no smoking ordinance. I vaguely recall you could not smoke outside. I thought that was crazy. That time I was a smoker, so was my dad and my brother. That's right. You guys do have coyotes. That's right. Coyotes and bobcats and owls. Yeah, the hawks and the owls are kind of good. And even the bobcats and coyotes because they keep the little riffraff away. I wonder what happens when someone in LA comes in contact with a wildlife. Like, how do they act? Roy's timber art technique says we have nothing like that in England. Well, you do have hogs there, but luckily there's a lot of regulations, so y'all don't have hogs running around. When I went to England, there were quite a few pigs, but all of them were free-range pigs. The ones I saw, obviously, you don't see pigs that are in a sty. All you do is see the ones that are free-range. But it was pretty revolutionary in '99 to have a free-range pig, unless you were in England. It was more common in England. In America, you rarely ever saw that. Guys would never use their pasture land for pigs. They're going to use it for cows and things like that. Crazy, man. Pigs get out is a bad deal. If I should take y'all over there and give you a survey of the damage. The problem is I got to go outside the fence to get over there. Can't really show you that well from where I'm at. But this thing, like, it looks like somebody took a pickaxe and went around the yard and hit with the pickaxe hundreds of times. I mean, from one little pig. Yes, Heather is from a very densely populated place. Some things are not meant to be spoken about on this thread. That is right. That is right. That video that we made in 2000 summer, that would have been right after I got back from LA, probably. That video that's on YouTube. Alice in Chains stuck in my head, man. You guys do have Wild Boy. That's right. Let's see. This looks like the dude from the Fat Albert set.
I know it's got no.
Fat Albert.
You give this scene in the front. I didn't put the band on it.
I look like the worst leprechaun ever. I look like one of the country characters in SpongeBob. Hey there, man.
Gonna go surfing outfit on.
I'm obliviously offensive to most country folks. I think everybody who lives in rural areas is stupid.
Oh, Luke's in.
Luke is in here. Welcome, Luke. Greetings to everyone. This is Luke McGlynn White here from Dublin, Ireland. How's everyone doing? And greetings to you, very beautiful people out there. Yeah, it seems to work, babe. Is this the brim that I gave you? Is this like the full size of the brim I gave you? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I need to make that brim like double that width. Yeah. Yeah. Dumb Donald is the character's name. They're so mean. That's like the only group of people they feel like they can still go after without somebody, getting them is like it's like the only people that are fair game is country people. They're dumb, they're stupid, you know. I think people don't realize, but it actually there's dumb people born in cities. Did we know this? Metropolitan areas breed stupid people too. They don't all just come just be when you're rural, it doesn't make you stupid. I mean, I was born in St. Paul. That's a very densely populated area. Didn't spend a lot of time there though. Yeah, I don't prefer it, you know. If I had the choice of country or city, you know. I like convenience and all that, but Pilato said, didn't Miss Heather say she's from a densely populated? Luke said, Calvin, you have, oh man, I don't want to mess it up now. Calvin, you have the Irish accent nailed. Hello, Heather. All I can do is try. I used to do this over and over again, like, because Irish people would say things, and Nathan knows this. This is one of my favorite lines. I would just say some nonsensical thing, some nonsensical thing with the Irish accent, like, hey, take the potato corn and put it in the barley parlor, something like that. I take it. My favorite movie when I was little was Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I didn't understand that Darby O'Gill was getting drunk with the king of the leprechauns. I thought they were drinking water. I was like, why are they having so much fun drinking water, man? Like, that's like a great time. Like, they didn't like each other before. Why they all of a sudden they drink some water together and they like each other, man? It doesn't make any sense. Well, of course, it was whiskey. You know. You take it and put it away. What was that special where Conan went over there? Conan Go Home, and he just visited a random Irish person, knocked at their door. Then he went to where the O'Briens were from. The girl was saying all the different Irish pub slang. I wish I could remember some of those. I would have to watch that clip again. Oh no. Miss Heather's smart. I wouldn't do that. I gotta watch out, man. I don't be throwing. I don't throw shade at Miss Heather's intelligence. It's not a good thing to do. My dad is very rural. My dad came from a super rural community. Neither one of my dad's parents had college degrees. My dad won the National Science Fair. You know, you can be smart from a country area. When the animal control agent guy came today and I told him I hit the deer, I hit the pig, but it got away from me. I told him I would probably have dressed and it would have been an Easter ham. And the dude like stuck his hand out to shake my hand. I just told him I'm just country like that. That's me. I'm just country like that. Measure once, cut twice. Darby O'Gill. What movie was that? You know, those Irish actors were, you know what's an even better Irish movie to watch? None other than Man About Dog. I've never heard that. I heard that movie. Unrelated to anything question. How do you have not a single gray in that beard yet? No, I'm not, man. I don't dye it at all. It's because I'm losing my hair, Nate. You know that. Like we either lose it or we go gray. And also, redheads don't go gray, Nate. They go white, like Santa Claus. That's the thing about gray hair. Gray hair is just nothing but. And I do have a few whites in there. You just got to search them out. Redheads go white because gray is really just a combination of white hairs and dark hairs. You can fact check me on that, but I think that's it. Yeah, you went both. Yeah, no. So yeah, no, I don't diet at all. I do like really diet. Like I control my diet, but I don't diet. Like I take my vitamins. I wear sunscreen. You know, I'm big on wearing sunscreen. Um, yeah, she loves to find my white hairs, Miss Heather does. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, man. Well, thank you, Nathan. I'll take that as a compliment. The wind that shakes the barley, the wind that shakes the barley. Yeah, what's that one, but that Joyce novel though that he wrote? Man, I can't remember that. That might be the wind that shakes the barley, right? I had a fair amount of red in my beard when I grew out of it grew it out as a high school senior. Hard to see any red in it now with all the stupid white in there. Well, you know, when you grew it out in high school, Pilato, it was just some sow hairs, as they didn't say in Minnesota. Oh, you just got peach fuzz and sow hairs. That's not a, oh, is that a real beard? What do you got? A little something dripping off your face there, Calvin? What do you got on there? You should shave that off. Never shave that. They'd be sarcastic. Be like, Calvin, never shave that off. Never shave your beard. I'll be like, what are you trying to say? What are you saying? My beard's not good? Oh, no. No, I'm not saying that. No. See how nasty they are? Watch out. Watch out for that Minnesota nice. Oh, no. Never shave your beard, Calvin. Oh, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. All right, haters. Now, who has the best beard amongst all of my patrilineal descendants? Me. So, fuck all of those people. Oh, Cillian Murphy, I know him. Yeah, that's the Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders. Reminds me of Clockwork Orange, a bunch of hooligans with billy clubs. Wouldn't make it 10 steps in the U.S. My brother has a very my brother has, I don't think he can either, man. Yeah, my brother has tried. He can grow a mustache. That's pretty much it, man. He's told me the Van Dyke is the furthest he can take it. He kind of admits it now, you know. But he also has a little more on top too. So, you know, take a little more off the beard. Yeah, that's the way they do the hair restoration. In some places, they take it from your beard and put it on your head. You know that? I was like, Luke always has good input on these conversations. Good suggestions. Luke. All right, y'all. This thing is almost done, man. It's gonna be good for so what I need, man, I need to make sure that when I do this bill, it's the brim is like big enough. It's gonna take a lot of material because it's basically me 2 of those. Unless I back it with something else, I can do that as well. Yeah. Pilato said, "What are you trying to accomplish with rubbing that against the end of the clamp?" Oh, it's breaking it. Pilato. One of the techniques to breaking leather is staking. So this is acting like my stake in the ground, right? It's pulling the fibers apart. It's kind of hard to explain unless you're here handling it. But the fibers bind together and they form these cross links, especially when you've bark tanned it, so it gets really stiff. I don't think I have anything stiff anymore besides what's on the edges. You can see how the way the edges are. That's the way the whole thing was, right? And what we've had to do is break those fibers up repeatedly by battering them and pulling them against a stake. The other way to do it is against a cable. Yeah, you do have to be careful about punching through, but leather is a very strong material. You know, it's a lot to punch through leather. I've sewed those with those flip flops. That's kind of thin. The pressure I had to put on that awl to get through the leather, I think I should show you. It actually is a good demonstration of the strength of leather. Today, I mean, I literally shot a pig today, and I'm quite sure that most of the bullet power that I shot into that pig died in its skin. Like pigs have thick skin, right? So we take a pig. I'll show you a piece of leather and I'll do it up close with the camera. Kind of see what force it takes to get through a piece of leather, right? This is a good piece right here. Because this is face right here. This is a deer's face. All right. So let's see, how much force does it take to get through this thing? Well, that didn't take very much, right? Now let me find something blunt like the end of this, right? And see how long it takes to get through it with that. Something blunt but having edges on it. It needs to be like a ruler. This would be good. You take this ruler and I push the ruler in. I can push as hard as I want, right? It might put little edges in there, but the ruler's not going to break through. The ruler's not going to break through. In fact, the awl is designed to break through the leather, right? The awl is designed to poke through. Even this, though, when I'm pushing, sometimes I struggle. See how much pressure that took to get through? It's quite a lot of tensile strength that leather has. Like it has strength. The skin, especially, if the grain is on like it is on this face here, it's very strong. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to have hung out with y'all today. I do need to like take some. Let me show y'all some of my scraps. I got some scraps in here. This is from the bottom, and some of these are going out. Our shipments are just about to go out, y'all. I promise. We have everything organized. It's got to all go out together. This is a piece of grain leather. It's probably from the same hide that my apron is made from. This is that face I just mentioned. I mean, this is a piece of skin from the belly. You see how hard that is, man? Like that. It's gonna have a hard, it's like rawhide. It'll break, but it just doesn't break easily. Maybe a little more so with the thinner grain, but I haven't had a problem with buckskin, especially once I've broken it. It's easier to do that with. What I've been soaking them in there is fat liquor, and it's kind of gross now. And then they get washed back out again and broken again. You got to keep doing this until you use the leather, right? So what y'all see in front of you is just a stack of scrap leather. This is buckskin. See the difference between what buckskin looks like, what like leather with the grain on it looks like, right? See? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to have had you today. Nathan, everybody else who's in here, Roy, Paul was in here earlier. Mims never popped in, but I did see Critter Getter. I saw a couple folks that a lot of folks, man. Oak Ridge was in here, offered me some hides, so that's cool. I'm gonna take them up on that. And everybody else, all my members, Wes was in here. Whom else? Who else? Wes Pilato, Gage. We had earlier. I gotta go through my chat. That's what I do. Got to get a better memory. Gage, thank you for the gifts too. Woodchucker for the gift, the super chat. Gage with the gifts. Nathan G, Luke Pilato. Who did I see down there? Oh, Daniel Gandara came in here. I did not see him. Daniel, if you're still there, man, welcome. Sorry I missed you, man. Sorry I missed you. Very long friend of the show, Daniel. Appreciate you being here. In Bruges. In the name of the Father. I think I've seen that one. That's the one about the IRA guy. That's the IRA guy movie. I know that one. Y'all know back when in the 90s when they were having problems with Northern Ireland and Ireland, I had an Irish kid come stay with me for the whole summer because in his neighborhood there was a lot of violence. A whole bunch of people did it too here in the U.S. We knew it was a whole community of people who brought over Irish kids. And so they spent the summer over here so they get away from the violence. Because on both sides, Catholic and Protestant kids, because it was a Catholic and Protestant issue. Yeah, that's the dude. That's the IRA dude. In the name of the Father. Everybody, appreciate you being here. I'm gonna take this. Where's my little knife? If I didn't drop that somewhere. I don't like to drop stuff. I'm really good at dropping stuff, but I don't like to do it. Knife in this sheath. Man, I'm so stupid. I took my my hatchet cover and I actually hit my hatchet as a hammer against a hard surface, which with the sheath on it, and ripped some of the leather. It was so stupid. It was a dumb move. It's like going out in a suit and going like slip and sliding in a suit or something. Calvin, I will tag you in a video, okay? And you can check it out whenever. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate you being patient too. You know, it gets crazy around here. All the different things you have to do to try to build a career on YouTube. Oh, here's my sheath. We like to do this like Mr. Rogers at the end of the day, you know? We got to put everything away, right? Clean up, pick up, put away. Clean up. Na, na, na. Thank you, Cedar. Thank you, everybody. Daniel. Yeah, man. Daniel, thank you. Sorry. Love you, Daniel. Appreciate you being here, man. Big time friend of the program, Daniel. All y'all are friends, though. Cedar members, everybody. Appreciate you on behalf of my members and all my folks. Please do check out my long form video. I want to say thank you to everybody. Appreciate you. Check out my video. Love you. Do the next right thing. This is Dad's Workshop.